Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Genix and Hopt on Newkirk Precinct, the Ladder Edition, or Tournament Edition. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Genix from Encom Gaming. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Hopt from Imba. So this is a GM level game sent to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com. If you're a GM level player or know somebody who is, feel free to send me replays to that address. I will go ahead and promote your Twitch stream and your Twitter handle and your YouTube channel. What else you have going on? I just appreciate getting support from GM level players who want to see their stuff cast. And everybody wins when they are cast on Falcon Paladin. Alright, so welcome aboard here today. Turn my volume up just a little bit here. There we go. Woo! So some pretty good games lately, I would say. Dead Zerg and Jason was a pretty fantastic one I enjoyed. Innovation versus Losira, man. Man, did you guys watch that one as well? I sincerely hope you did, because that was a fantastic back and forth TVZ for the ages. Okay, so what do we have here? It looks like a Reaper expand out of our player. Our player, Mr. Hopt. I think it's Hopt. It's probably not Hopt, I would guess at this point. Probably Hopt. Either way. Gateway on construction. And there goes the expansion for Genix as well. So Gateway expand out of the Protoss player in this particular matchup. So nothing too crazy. We don't see any proxies. We don't see any like 3-Rex rush type stuff. But that's going to be a Marine. Oh, it's going to be a Marine. Our Reaper name list will languish unused for this cast today, unfortunately. Usually we don't see a Reaper coming out after the Marine is already there, and there's the Reaper expand. So both players going for some pretty macro-heavy, macro-style stuff today. Second assemblator there for Genix. That is the cybernetics core up at the same time, and nothing really interesting will happen until that cyber core is down. Used to be players would get a zealot or two just to wall off, especially against Zerg, but now adepts are just so much better at that. Zealots just kind of lost their utility. Unless they get charged zealots, which can come out later. They were buffed to increase that speed on their charge, so it makes them a little bit better. Actually, a lot bit better, I would say. Zealots are a lot better than they used to be just a few weeks ago with that buff. Factory on the way from the Terran player, and yeah, so I don't see really anything that tells us what's going on out of the Terran yet. I'm going to have to assume it's going to be our little 5-minute drop with double Marine action. Widowmine drops are also very possible in this TVP here today. Warp Gate research coming on up. Genix is not saturating the base on his natural base until the Mothership core is there to save it against any incoming Reapers. But nope, there are no Reapers whatsoever. There is a Marine running around looking for proxy pylons and stuff. Can't blame him for that. Definitely can be an option when you're playing against a Protoss player, and that's the starport, and that is a Widowmine. Okay, so Widowmine drop opening out of Hopt here today. I'm kind of trying to split the difference, right? Hopt versus Hopt. It's going to be Hopt. I'm sure that's a European O of some kind that I'm saying in there with an umlaut, possibly. Can you do that? Yes, you can do that. Robotics Facility, Twilight Council at the same time here out of Genix. And where are we going with that gas? Double refinery here. Adept coming up. Can't quite kill 3 Marines by herself, but can get inside for the scout. Go! Oh, actually going to try to get these Marines a little bit. 1, 2, 3, but 2 more Marines pop out. That is way too much. Way too much. Adept on the way out of there. Could have gotten a nice scout on the inside, I feel like. Maybe going for it now. Lift. Hopt lift. Oh, last second lift. Hopt sees what's going on. You cannot fool him. He was not born yesterday, that's for sure. Another Widowmine there, and there's the medevac. All right, so some Marines at the front. Widowmine's going to hop in that Widowmine, or that medevac as well. And good positioning. Look at this. 4 pylon positioning, fully protecting that mineral line. Mothership core can get some photon overcharges off, heading back home just for that eventuality. And here we go. We've got Marines inside that medevac. We've got 2 Widowmines inside that medevac, and by 2 I mean 1. There's 1 inside that medevac. Where'd the other one go? Did you make another one, or am I just counting that one twice? Possibly counting that one twice. Observer scouts exactly what is coming. Hey, look, it's a Widowmine drop. Mothership core ready to rock right about here. Gateways just turning into warp gates. Another observer here for Genix. 2 observer opening, exactly what you need. And where? Trying to drop. There we go. Trying to drop on top of that ramp, killing a transferring probe. Come back. We need you. There it is. Observer coming back. So, actually out of the range of those pylons. Interestingly enough, couple stalkers and an adept here, though. Widowmine trying to burrow itself. Get out of there. Run, says the medevac. Time to go. Oh, dropping the Widowmine gets killed. Marines die as well. Oh, man, what are you doing, medevac? Why would you just leave those guys there to die? They didn't do any damage. It didn't help you escape. You'd already pretty much gotten out of there. Who knows what goes through the minds of GM level Terran players. Robotics Bay coming in as well for Genix. Where is that thing? Forge Robotics Bay, Twilight Council from Genix as well. And tank here for Hopt. So, third base on the way for Genix, feeling very confident after having knocked down that early harass. Going for a fairly early third nexus here, especially against a good Terran player. I'm going to go ahead and try to drop here in this natural base with 3 Marines. Might get a probe kill. A probe kill is there, but so many Stalkers, and good job focusing down that medevac and then killing the Marines, so there's nowhere for them to go. Beautiful play. Protoss players, take note. That was a gorgeous, gorgeous decision there by Genix. Medevac coming on up. Continued Marine production out of Hopt, so Marine tank medevac production. What we're seeing out of our Terran player here today, Stim, is being researched. Third base just now under construction to the north of his natural, whereas Genix is to the right of his natural, so it's a little bit closer to home, but the ability to drop between the main base and that third base is kind of a concern, so Genix might have to watch out for that from our Terran player, who has shown a proclivity for dropping already. Extended thermal lance on the way for Genix. And Observer flying on in, seeing exactly what is going on here inside the main base. Seeing the myriad of buildings that are here. So it is going to be Colossus. Oh, scans the Observer, doesn't kill it because it's too far outside of the main base for the Marines to reach it. Ugh. That was not good news whatsoever. This Terran player struggling a little bit. I mean, he's up 85 to 79 total supply, 49 to 47 Harvesters. He's doing fine that way. Third base will be up. Genix is already done at this point. And yeah, it's just going to come down to one of these first early pushes. I think might help determine who's going to be the victor here today. Did he finally kill that Observer? He killed the Observer. Well done. He got 6 probes on that attack. Well, I guess maybe a couple transferring ones there, a couple back there as well. So maybe a little bit more effective than I thought was that early harass. Adept Sonic transferring her way on out, checking that third base location. Observer seeing, hey, it's a push. It's a Marine tank push. Marine tank push. He has a Colossus. He has a bunch of Stalkers. Stalker Colossus. Extended thermal lance is just about to complete here. What is left on that thing? 83 out of 100 here. Stalkers. Blink Stalkers trying to buy some time here. Slow down the Terran army. Hope him to set up. Tell him to set up and siege so he slows down a little bit here. And it does. It does slow him down. He's going to take a different path. This Colossus will have extended thermal lance. Will have +1 attack. Actually, already does have +1 attack here. And here we come with Marines, with tanks going up on this high ground to come down onto the third base. From above, siege mode. There's the siege mode. Excellent. I like this angle of attack out of Hopt. Taking out a probe immediately. Good probe pull. Another one dies. Running for their lives right now. Stalkers and 2 Colossus with extended thermal lance. Some Adepts coming back home at the same time. Adepts Sonic transferring into the middle of this group. And there we go. Colossus focusing down those Marines, and the Stalkers going after the tanks. Woo! Great break there by Genix. Absolutely beautiful. Reinforcing units are coming here for Hopt, but they are not being told to go home. Get out of there. Run. Widowmine fire does catch a Stalker there. Stuttering, stepping backward here. Colossus in the front does end up getting killed here by the Marauders and the Marines. Not quite enough. Can the Terran player get both Colossus? And he does, but Photon Overcharge is going to shove him back from this third base before he pushes in too far here, but he's in a pretty good spot. +1 attack is done on this guy. +1 armor is just about complete. Is that +2 ground weapon? +2 ground weapon coming up from Genix, and a 4th Nexus at the same time. So far Genix has held. Right, he has held. He has lost 9 probes. He lost 2 Colossus. That's a huge deal. That really hurts in the grand scheme of things. A scan, kill another Observer. Hopt is really on top of that Observer destruction, which is nice for him, as those aren't cheap. Those are not exactly cheap. They're fairly gas intensive for the Protoss player. Actually, we'll check how much those are. 75? Yep, 75 gas for the Observers. More Stalkers coming in for Genix. Another Colossus when in doubt. Colossus. Adept here at the third base where there is still no defense whatsoever. What is going on? 2-shotting these already wounded SCVs and then gets murdered by a responding group of Marines and Marauders. Wouldn't mind burrowing here for future defense, I think. No, he chooses not to. Why would you not burrow there? You need defense. You need defense. Alright, fine. Stalkers, Adepts, Colossus here, ready to go. Stalkers going to try to sneak around these newly found Liberators. Good job coming around the other side with that Liberator, killing it. Colossus getting some swipes off, but Colossus cannot go. Focused down beautifully there by Hopt. Stalkers are left here and Adepts against these Marines and these Marauders, but nope, not going to happen. Adepts sneaking into this third base again, going to town on these SCVs. They're getting surrounded and getting killed, but they took a lot of workers down. 27 SCVs have been killed in this game so far. 27 by Genix. We're looking at a 4-base to 3-base option, 63 to 52 harvesters. Terran player is down by 11 workers at this point. Speed for Zealots. Hey, look at that. Zealot legs on the way. We just talked about that a few minutes ago, didn't we? I feel like we did. Protoss Weapons Ground 2 going to complete in just a second. I feel like Genix is going to go for +3 here as soon as possible. Let's see if we get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3. You can't afford it. Ah, darn it. Oh, going for Ground Armor 1 instead. That's a little bit cheaper. A little bit of a cheaper upgrade there. So, army of Marines and Marauders, Medevacs, and Widowmines here for our friend Hopt. Is he going still with Liberator Production? He's going Ghost Academy. Ooh, and Templar Archives up for Genix. All right. All right, so Ghost Academy, great against Protoss, just because EMP is fantastic. It's a really good spell. Snipe can be good at the same time, steady targeting. I still call it Snipe, even though it hasn't been called that for a long time. Also, Storms or Archons for the Protoss player are going to be fine as well. So, what do we got? Stalker, Colossus, Zealot, which is a very Wings of Liberty composition. This is so bringing me back to the days of WoL. And how do you deal with that as Terran? I mean, I really feel like Marine, Marauder, Medevac is probably enough in this situation. He's getting some Vikings to deal with the Colossus. I feel like Marauders, with their ability to stem forward and snipe those Colossus down immediately, is better. Just better to have a few more Marauders, in my opinion. But here comes Genix, 170 to 166 total supply. Zealots are not necessarily here to deal damage. They're here to absorb it from the ranged attacks of these Marines and these Marauders while everybody else does the damage. There is an Archon in here. Widowmine shots, though. Oh, the Widowmine shots. Coming from the backside here are the Stalkers. Colossus are being hit by these Vikings in the sky. Is there enough to get rid of this bio? Pretty good splits out of Hopt here, dealing very, very huge damage to these Stalkers. Can they get all of them? Reinforcing Stelots are coming in for Genix. And the Terran player is in full retreat right now. Medevacs are getting shot out of the sky by Stalkers. The Vikings here at the natural base, popping out of the the starports just in time to take out a Colossus. Great job there by those guys, and pushing Genix back just a little bit. But no, Zealots walking into this third base, which again has no defense whatsoever. Hopt, why do you no care about your third base, man? And oh, that's it. Hopt is defeated. Genix is victorious. Wow, and Hopt with the rage quit. I did not expect that. Yeah, he's down about 15 workers, but... All right, let's take a look at the army supply here. We got 10 Zealots, a Colossus, 2 Adepts, and 15 Stalkers versus 7 Marauders, 8 Marines, 3 Ghosts, 3 Vikings, and 3 Widowmines. I don't know. I feel like Hopt wasn't necessarily dead there. I mean, yeah, more reinforcements are coming in from back home. Yes, it is 4 base to 3 base. Yes, Hopt's third base has been completely demolished at this point, and he's pretty much mined out in his main and his natural too. Look at that. Only 3 little patches there. But maybe Hopt, maybe with a couple Ghost EMPs on this army, and then Marine Marauder attack with +2/+2. That is nothing to sneeze at. You could have done this thing, but in the end, lesson learned. Put a bunker at your third. Put a Widowmine at your third. Put something at your third so you don't keep losing stuff back here, man. Next time he will learn, that's for sure. Okay, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.